Here we have a SAT math problem. Okay, let's go to the question. On a trip downtown, Peter drove his car at an average rate of 50 miles per hour. On the return trip, due to bad weather, he drove his car at an average rate of 30 miles per hour. On the return trip took 1 hour longer. How much time is spent on the returning trip? Okay, now let me draw a line segment over here, which represents the distance of his trip. Okay, here let me take point A on the left side extreme and point B on the right side extreme. Okay, when Peter drove his car from A to B, the average speed is 50 miles per hour. And let me assume it took X hours to complete the trip from A to B. Okay, now on return trip, that is from B to A, the average speed is given, that is 30 miles per hour. And it took 1 hour longer. Okay, here when he drove his car from A to B, it took X hours, and the return trip 1 hour longer means it has to be X positive 1 hours. Okay, here now at the rate of 50 miles per hour, at the rate of 30 miles per hour, it covers the same distance, that is from A to B and B to A. Okay, now if I want to get the distance from A to B, I can use a formula. So the formula to find the distance is speed multiplied by time. Okay, here let's find the distance from A to B. For that, we have to multiply the speed 50 by the time x. Then we get 50x. Okay, now to get the distance from B to A, so we have to multiply the speed 30 by the time x positive 1 hours. I am getting 30 times x positive 1. Okay, here this 50x represents the distance from A to B, and this 30 times x positive represents the distance from B to A. Okay, from A to B and B to A, we have the same distance, so we can equate them. Now we have to solve for x in this equation, which represents the time taken by Peter when he goes from A to B, that is x hours. Okay, now let's solve for x in this equation. That is 50x equals to, let's distribute this 30 to this x and positive 1, then I'm getting 30x positive 30. Okay, let me subtract 30x from both sides. When I do so, this positive value, negative value will cancel out. Then I'm getting 20x on the left side. On the right side, we get 30. Let me divide both sides of this equation by 20. Then this 20 will cancel. I'm getting x equals to 30 divided by 20 is 1.5. That is when it drove from A to B, it took 1.5 hours. But they are asking us to find the time on returning trip. Returning trip is from B to A. So that is x positive 1 hours. Now to find the time for returning trip, I have to plug in this 1.5 for x over here. When I plug in 1.5 for x, I'm getting 1.5 positive 1. That is equal to 2.5 hours. On the returning trip, it took 2.5 hours. We find this 2.5 in answer choice C. The correct answer choice for this question is C.